have a little coffee. Good morning. Good morning. I'm a little late. What are you going to do? It's just the way it is. Are we live? Okay, I see a little delay. Good morning. Very nice to see. I got a few people up in here. Gonna pour my coffee. Let it get nicey nice. I got a little bit of a smaller cup today. But we're here. Let's see if it works. Boom. Wow, now it hits your computer. That's crazy. Well, hello there. Good morning. Good morning. What's happening, guys? Down neck Newark. I watch Baywatch. What a name you got there, Cousine. What a name you got there. So, okay, hold on a minute. Yes, good to see you guys. I got to start with this, guys. I got to start with this. Rest in peace, Elvis Presley. 1977 on this day. I remember right where I was. I was on Route 80 with my mother. My mother started crying, and I didn't know what was going on. I did not know what was going on. My mother was hysterical crying in the front seat. Me and my kid brother were in the back seat driving, and my mother was crying like I don't know who died. I don't want to say her. I don't want to say anything crazy, but my mother was hysterical. I said, "Mom, what are you crying for? What's going on?" We couldn't control her. Elvis died, 1977 today. The trap and you can't walk out. Where were you? Hello, guys. Good morning. I got my Mr. Right coffee mug today. You know those Mr. Right motherfuckers that think they're always right? They're going to teach you something. They're always right. Those always right douchebags. Conversation commandos. Have the last word. I know better than you. Shut the fuck up. You sound like a jagoff. Come on. This makes me sick. Good morning, Teresa Murph. You left me last night. Were you laughing a little bit last night, Teresa? I think we had a little fun last night. Woohoo. Woohoo. Stiggs, how do you do it? You go to bed. How do you do it? How do you do this? 2 shows a day. How do you do it? I just do it. We had a few laughs last night. Yeah, it was hysterical. And I don't script. I don't even think about these things, Teresa. Chuck was like, "Oh, it's good to laugh. Doesn't it feel good to laugh? I mean, you gotta just go with everything. We're not here that long, guys. What do you mean? Down neck. That's not what we do here. It's all good, man. It's marked in history. Your comments, your actions, whatever you do on here, your son was laughing. She had me on TV. Okay. Well, anyway, everybody knows that Mr. Right douchebag, right? We don't need him around. Be lost. Be gone. Mr. Right. Gina, thank you for the Tim Hortons. I do appreciate it. Wonderful cup of coffee. All right, suspicious minds. I don't know. I don't really have much to talk about, but that came to my mind when Elvis today. He's very sad. 1977. Don't know where you were. I do know where I was. I was going to a place called the Land of Make Believe in Hope, New Jersey, and we were on Route 80, and that's what happened. Yeah, Gina supplies us with the coffee for the morning. Don, hello. Nice to see you. Good morning, sir. Thank you for stopping in. 1977. There is Edwin. Should turn. Nope. That's okay. I'd rather have nothing, sir. I'm okay. I don't want you to. I don't want anybody spending their hard-earned money. I just choose not to, Edwin. That's okay. I understand that. I understand that. It's okay. I don't want somebody making $10 donation and the content creator only getting five. I'd rather work an extra hour. I'd rather pay for my subscriptions out of my pocket before I do that. So when the bank runs dry, when Venmo and Cash App run dry, I just go right to regular YouTube. Edwin, it's okay. Don't worry about that stuff. It cost me about 60 a month. Uh, it cost me around 60 a month to do this show. I would say around 60 a month to do the show, Edwin. It is what it is. It's a cost I pay to have a good time with you. It's okay. I get a few cash apps here and there. When the cash app runs dry, like I said, Edwin, the show doesn't end. It's just different. Of course, I don't want. I know you do, Teresa. But if you make, let's just say, $30 an hour, would you want them to only give you 15? That's what happens to us over here with the cash apps. It's horrible. It's not horrible. I'm not taking it away from YouTube. They're entitled to their pay. There's a lot that goes along with running this business. I'm not. I'm not. Be careful with that message from T-Mobile. My mother got it. Be careful. Yeah, I'd rather you work hard. You guys work hard. The donors work hard. And I'm not taking anything away from the YouTube business because if I started my own social media business, I would do the same thing. I become a partner with Teresa, right? I get it. I understand. I get it. I get it. I understand. But you guys work very hard for your money. I don't want to do super chats. If you're able to, you do Venmo and you do Cash App, and I'm more than happy with that. If you can't do it, it's okay. But Edwin, I respect you guys more than that. And that's not disrespecting others that don't think the way I think. This is just the way I show my respect to you guys. I'd rather pay to have you with me, so to speak, than you pay half, than us get half of what you send because you worked hard for it. We're regular people here, guys. I mean, we're in the blue collar crowd here. There may be some rich folks amongst us, but otherwise, we are just regular folks trying to just have a good time. And if it costs me a few dollars a month to have a good time, you know what I mean? Just the way I see it. I'm not wrong. I'm not right. And no disrespect to other people that do it a different way. It's totally their decision. Like I said, no criticisms. Edwin, I hope I explained it to you. I'm sorry I went a little too far with that, but you know, I need to have YouTube Premium for obvious reasons. I need to make my YouTube experience the best that it can be, and I need to have StreamYard. And I do enough shows that I need a high package of StreamYard. I need the higher package. So here's the thing, guys: the less content you get from an individual, the less they're putting into their services. So, you got hacked last week? Oh, fuck. Oh, my God, Nancy. Mick, you stop. You're the rich folk in here. Be quiet. And I don't care what anybody says. I got an amazing crew, man. I refuse to get hacked. I don't know. Now today might be my day, but I've never gotten hacked on anything. Nothing. I don't put my shit out there. I only use a credit card. I don't use my debit card for certain things. Like I'm going in an airplane next. I'm flying next week to Florida. I don't even know what a Discord is. See, this is how much I know. What's a Discord? Discord is sounds like a music company to me. I don't know. I heard Discord got shut down. I don't even know what that means. You see how you see how fucking crazy I am? I don't even know what that means. You only use debit. No good. No good. No good, Nancy. Hold your money. Use your credit card. Pay it every month. It's the same thing. How about you do this? How about you do this, Nancy? As you spend on your credit card, withdraw it from the bank and hold it. It's worth the work. No, it's worth the work. Because if they hack your credit card, fuck it. You're okay. You could still live. No, all kidding aside, you could still live. I know credit sucks. I don't like to use credit card either, but I got to use it for certain. I'm going on an airplane. I want to use the credit card, right? Here's a good example. I put a deposit for the Alante on a credit card. I had trouble getting the money back from the first one. Had I used debit, that's money's gone. You know how hard it is to get it back? I know, but see no evil. Some of us live check to check. I live check to 4 days before paycheck. So see no evil. If there's any delay in my debit, I'm fucked. I can't buy food that day. I literally live paycheck to 4 days before paycheck, and that's not a lie. So see no evil. If I use a debit, I got a problem, a big problem. So that's where I say use the credit and pay it at the end of the month. Nancy, well, this is a good start for you. Let's say you use Chase. Open a Chase credit card. Get a limit of your approximate monthly spending that you do on your debit. And then at the end of the month, you just transfer it over and pay off the credit card. It adds to your credit. It makes it nicey nice because you got that flow and you're protected for everything. I'm serious, Nancy. I'm dead serious. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, because if I, oh, okay, I'm saying you're right. Use the credit card because, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The debit card also fights for it, but while it fights for it, you got 48 hours of fucking no money and no debit card. Yes, use their money, but then pay it with your money. Listen, I'm guilty of using it on certain things. I do use it. Some safe places, the cable company. I pay my cable with my debit. What's going to happen with Optimum? You know what I mean? It can happen, no doubt. Oh my God, Nancy, you got hacked big time. Well, what can I tell you? It sucks. Ugh. That's okay. I watch Baywatch. Those were different times. We're talking about these days today. It's not good because people get hacked and you're protected on your credit card. Just treat it as you would as if you're buying something. Yeah, you should be all right. I mean, Nancy, it'll all come back. Venmo and Cash App, I don't know how that works if you get hacked, but I'm not Mr. Right. I'm not that jerk off, Mr. Right. I'm just giving you my opinion. Fancy Nancy, thank you for the topic this morning. I do appreciate it. That's what we do here, guys. We just talk. Hello, Tammy C. Nice to see you. We just talk about regular stuff. Yes. Well, actually, yeah, that's right. That's good. So, where were you when Elvis died? Where were you? Where were you when you heard Elvis died? I need to hear this, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, Teresa. Guys, I need answers. Where were you? I don't have my other glasses on today. You could see into my eyes this morning. Oh God, Fancy Nancy. I hope it works out for you. But did you get the wine for tomorrow night at least? I mean, if not, I'll drop the bottle off for you. Did you get the wine for tomorrow night, Nancy? Chardonnay. Yeah. Yes, that's what we do here. You see? See, Nancy? Last night I had to call you to come on. Do you see? You got to set those reminders because you never know what the conversation is going to be about in Tommy Stig Social Club. See, it was Elvis. It was credit card. People help each other. People help each other. Okay, text me later. No problem. You got it. Did I see Citrullo come in here? Did Carmela drop by? Carms, are you here, Carms? Where's Carms? I think she was up there. I'm nice. It's nice a little consistent 15 people having coffee, Carmela. It's a nice group, isn't it? What did we get up to last night? What was our numbers last night, guys? Was anybody watching the chat numbers? I know my comments were quite a bit in my background. What was our high number last night? Does anybody know? You got it, Cena Weaver. Okay, Carmela, very nice to have you aboard. Christopher Toro, hello, how are you? Nobody answered me where you were when Elvis died. It's a great group. Yes. We got to 31 last night. I know, it's crazy. 30 plus, all right. Very good. Teresa was rattling off numbers last night. Hit the like button. He's got us dying, peeing over here. We got to get the pens to watch this show. We just had a good time. Unborn. Wow. Todd Father was unborn. Nancy, where were you when Elvis died? You were 7? You don't remember. I know, but you had to hear of it. Like Thurman Munson, I was in the car driving. I was a passenger coming back from the Little League field. I remember when Thurman Munson went down, and I remember when Elvis died. I remember right where I was. I was on Route 80. Sharice, where were you when Elvis died? Nancy, where were you? I keep missing your shows by a chest hair, Stigs. It's pissing me off. 2 p.m. Tammy, you were 6? I guess I was 8. Hello there, Thing Do. Nice to see you. Where have you been? Are you mad at me, lover? Are you mad at me, lover? You don't come around much anymore. Thing Do. You were in the Bronx, yeah. Thing Do, where were you when Elvis died? You were in Secaucus. Wow. Dominic, where were you when Elvis died? Thing Do, where were you when Elvis died? Sheena Weaver, where were you when Elvis died? Come on, I need answers. What's going on here? I don't know. But I watch Baywatch. What time zone are you in? Yeah. Of course, Steen, do I know. Busy is good, my man. Being too busy is better than being bored, sir. It was Son of Sam time? Yes. So I opened the show Midwest. That I don't know what that means. So is that can somebody help me? Seaborn's talking a different language right now, Midwest. What time is it there? You know I'm a little Lubats, don't you? I watch Baywatch, Seaborn, Jenkins skateboard, and talk Chicago time. Now he's making it even more difficult. I watch Baywatch. You got to learn me. You got to learn my craziness. Just tell me what time it is there right now, please. Oh, you're an hour before us. Come on, you're really killing me now. It's that mountain. I don't know any of that stuff. I just know Belleville time. It's he's paranoid. Did you answer where you were? See no evil. Did you answer where you were? when Elvis died? Where were you, See No Evil? Do you just feel the need to keep talking and typing? Can you please type where you were, See No Evil, when Elvis died? Please, sir. I need to know this. Down there, right? Mr. Wright's a jerk off. Oh, 5:45 a.m. Okay. Mr. Wright's a jag off. And my coffee is almost done. I'm looking to have a beautiful day. It's raining, nicey nice. I left my car outside in the street overnight, which you're not allowed to do that here in this neighborhood. Oh, you were outside. My mother told us we were kids, didn't really know any better playing army shooting. Okay, very good, Big Bones. Riding your green machine. Wow. Wow. Green machine. Man, the rich kids had green machines in my neighborhood. Forget about it. We had a big wheel with a broken plastic that went boom, boom, boom. We had big wheels, and those plastic wheels would turn into fucking squares because they would get that they would bend and break because we thought we were evil Knievel, See No Evil, jumping fucking jumping over. I don't know. We had broken sidewalks, so we made ramps. So here's me on the big wheel. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. I got you. The rich kids in my neighborhood had the green machine. I had a fucking big wheel. I did not have a Schwinn. I did not have a mongoose. I had a bicycle from a store called Two Guys in Harrison. Two Guys from Harrison. So the green machine had these things, I think, like this, right? You went like this. It was just teaching us how to hustle later on. The green machine had this. All that was meant to do was teach us how to dance, right? So yeah, that's I had a big wheel. Yes. True, true. That's correct. Oh, I had about 7 bikes stolen. Yeah. Yeah, two guys. I used to get my bike from two guys. I mean, it looked like a bike. I would jump over one thing and the frame would crack. And here's me with fucking wire ties and string trying to hold my bike together. What the fuck? It was tough being the poorest kid in the neighborhood, I gotta tell you. But I made life work. Two guys from Harrison, right? Two guys from Harrison, right over the bridge. You take the bridge in East Newark, go over up the thing, boom, boom. Yeah, yeah. The plastic wheels turn to square. Yeah. Caldor, Mort. Caldor was great. Caldor Mort. The last Kmart in Bergen County is closing. Which Teresa, when I go get Teresa's shirt, I'm gonna go to the last Kmart. My guy that does the shirts is in the same area where the last Kmart is, I believe. I gotta check that out. Huffy. Huffy was middle of the line, I guess, right? Shop the other Corvettes. There you go. This is coffee talk, guys. Isn't this great? Jackson Street Bridge. Okay. Done. I did not have Schwinn. That was not happening for me. My friends had Schwinn. And then Mongoose were like, what the fuck is that thing? It's like a Rolls Royce. A Mongoose? In my neighborhood, a Mongoose was like a Rolls Royce. And if you had mag wheels, forget about it. I had spokes. I had spokes. And those fucked up pedals. Well, the rich kids had the spike pedals, right? I had these rubber pedals. They were like rubber. So the rich kids had the spike. I say rich, richer, better off, more better off. I don't want to say rich, but better off kids had the bicycle with the metal. What do you call them? The metal. What you call it? All right. So here's us racing. Here's me If there's a little moisture on the ground, my feet are falling off the pedal because I had the rubber pedal with the reflector in it. They had the spike pedals. Okay. So what was fucking hysterical is we would be riding, me, the poor kid, next to me, the richer kid, and I'm going, my legs are falling off, right? And the back of the rubber thing is hitting the back of my leg. But no big deal. I keep going. These motherfuckers had blood coming down their legs from those spikes. Be careful, rich folks. Be careful. We got to tone you down a little bit. And it all started with the spikes on the wheels. We tried to tone you down back then. Now, if you're still an ignorant motherfucker, you are the kid that had the spoked wheels, the spoked pedals that never got cut. Had you gotten cut with the spoked pedals, you would be just like me right now, a down to earth guy. Oh, oh, those things were brutal. Those things were brutal. Well, I don't want to say the rich kids. I want to say the better off than me kids. There was a couple of us that had it was all separated by pedals in my neighborhood. It was all separated by pedals and the big wheel. I had the big wheel and the rubber pedals with the reflector. The rich kids had the green machine and uh, the things, the things, the pedals. So there's two different classes of people. I don't know. The stolen bike business was great. Yes. If I called the cops and told them they stole my mongoose, the cops would say to me, first of all, I wouldn't call the cops, but they would say to me, "You don't have a fucking mongoose. You're one step away from welfare. What mongoose do you have? You robbed a mongoose and then they robbed it from you, maybe. But Stigs, little Stigs, you ain't driving no fucking mongoose. Look at you. Your shoes, your Converse All Stars are flapping on the bottom. You don't have a mongoose. You don't have a mongoose." All right, buddy, you have a great day, down neck. I had Chuck Taylor Converse All Stars from a store called Nork Slip Factory, right? And the bottom of my shoes would flap because we bought knockoffs. We bought knockoff Chuck Taylor. I don't know. Some of you may know Chuck Taylor. Some of you may not. Chuck Taylor Converse All Stars was a shoe back then. A sneaker that we used to go to Newark Slip Factory, and my mother bought the QC rejected clothes for us. So yeah. So here's me. Here's me. If I report a mongoose stolen, it means I stole the mongoose, right? So we bought the knockoffs, and they would pass for us. They failed the QC inspection, and they sent it to Newark Slip Factory, which is the name of the business. And that's where we used to shop. The poor kids used to shop there, and the rich kids started going to the mall. I say rich, in my neighborhood, rich was going to the mall, I guess you can say. I know. Of course you wear them now. He's got to go. Yeah, but I bought him. We bought him at Newark Slip, and they were rejects. So Chuck Taylor would be spelt wrong. Some of the ink would be worn off. Some of the sole will be worn out. So we picked the best out of the garbage, basically, so to speak. And they were like $2, $3, $4, whatever it was. And that's where you got the Little Debbie cakes at the same store. Little Debbie, because we couldn't have Entenmann's. Entenmann's was a treat, so we got Little Debbie's at the Newark Slip Factory. Anyway, that's life back then for me. What the fuck? Chuck Taylors are great shoes. You guys were wearing Pumas, and I was wearing ponies. You gonna do? There's a difference in people. The well-to-do kids wore Pumas, and I wore ponies. You guys don't know. It's tough not to be. It's tough. McGregor's. Yes, McGregor's came on. Yes. Oh, my mother tried. She did her best. We were clothed the best we can be. What are you gonna do? She was too proud to ask for help. She would never ask my grandparents for help. She was a single mom trying to make it work, so she did it. She made it work somehow. Mr. Right is a jerk off. Her only goal, my mother's only goal, was to keep her house and not go to Bradley Court with my grandmother in the projects or Stephen Crane. She didn't want to go back. She got out of Newark. She got out of Newark, right? So she got married from the projects. She was fine. The girl was from the projects. She had long hair, the body beyond compare. That was my mother. Maria TKA is my mother. So my mother was Maria. My mother is Maria. She got married from the projects. She moved over to Belleville, which was good back then. I guess it was they're improving. So she had all her pride. She did not want to take us to the projects, although we were there every day. So my nana lived right here in Stephen Crane, the village, but my grandmother lived in the projects on South Orange Avenue. So she tried her best not to have us, which didn't matter. We didn't care. It wasn't so bad back then. But there's like three different Newarks, three or four different Newark areas. You say you're from Newark, there's the leafy suburbs in Newark, because there is leafy suburbs in Newark, right? Then there is the actual Newark, North Newark, which is like Roseville Avenue and Bloomfield Avenue, going back to Park Avenue. That's another Newark, right? Then you have the projects, Newark. Then you have Stephen Crane, Newark, which is the border of Belleville right here. And then you have Clifton Avenue, Lake Street. Just all those streets back there were like the suburbs. Heller Parkway separated Newark, basically. There was a street called Heller Parkway that ran from Belleville down to Broadway, right? I think it stopped at Broadway by what high school was that? I forget what high school that was. But anyway, Heller Parkway split the Newarks basically. But not really, because if you went through the anyway, Newark had a whole variety of neighborhoods. There was leafy suburbs you didn't even know you were in Newark. The Beaver Cleaver type lives, There was a lot of those. They're from Newark, but they're not from the Newark that you would hear. I'm from Newark. You know what I mean? That whole bullshit. It's a different. There's different types in Newark anyway. But it's like Belleville too. There's different areas of Belleville, right? Carmela, Bloomfield has a lot of different areas. We talked about it last night, the Bronx, right? We talked about it last night, the Bronx. There's the Bronx, and then there's Riverdale. The rich folks are in Riverdale. But they don't like to say they're from the Bronx. I'm from Riverdale. No, motherfucker, you're from the Bronx. You're from the Bronx. Yeah, you're wealthy, but you're in the Bronx. Yes. Well, yes, your father was up and down Bloomfield Avenue. That is correct. And then your father made a right onto Roosevelt Avenue. And then your father made a right onto First Avenue. And then your father made a stop at North 15th Street and First Avenue. And then your father went down to Ampere Parkway, made a left, stopped at the other place. Then he went all the way down the back and stopped at Andy Gerard's place. And then he came back around to Davenport. I know the whole cycle, Carmel. I did the whole cycle with them. I was a little them, Carmela. I did the whole cycle of what you're talking about. I was right there. Here's me on my big wheel behind him. Still around. God bless him. I know, right? Where were you? In his trunk. I did the whole. I could tell you the whole cycle. Come from Belleville. You pass Pee Wee's house, which was wow. The boss lived in Belleville, right? Andy was already, starting to retire. Pee Wee lived in Belleville on my ex-wife's block. And you pass Pee Wee's house and you're like, the boss lives here. How is that? How is that possible? I mean, Richie the Boot was up in Livingston, right? But Pee Wee was in Belleville. Tommy was in Belleville. It's unbelievable what we had right here. It's all gone. You see Skippy riding around with his hat on. You could see him in that. I don't know what he drove. He drove what looked like a taxi cab, right? Skippy drove around in a taxi cab. Rest in peace, Skippy. Oh my God, these guys are all dead. It was a glorious time. Things change, right? Things change. Like I just said, things change. We evolve. Things go on, right, Toro? Why is all the five bros in New York City the only one with the word? I explained it last night, Toro, because the rich people from Manhattan will go see a family on the mainland called the Bronx. It's actually a family. The Bronx is actually a name of a family. It's called the Bronx because people would say we're going to see the Bronx. The Bronx family is the first people that settled, Christopher Toro, on that area is the Bronx. Yep. It's okay. We opened up with Elvis this morning. Yes. We opened up with Suspicious Minds for you, TT. You're not here in the beginning that much anymore, and we understand you're busy. It's not a problem. But we opened up for you this morning, TT. Suspicious Minds is what we opened up with today. And then we all asked, where were you when Elvis died? Yeah, the Bronx were there, right. But the Bronx is part of the mainland. We spoke about it last night, Toro. Where were you? Hello, Troc. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in. I got about 5 more minutes and I'm out of here. But while TT, if you're here, I want to drop this real quick. TT is funny. TT's busy. But I opened up for you today, and I opened up for you last night, and I had to call you to come on. Dindu kicked me to the curb, and TT kicked me to the curb. What's going on here? My two originals. They're like, I'm bored of Stigs. Fuck him. No, I'm not being literal. I can't take much of Stigs. Anyway, I know you're here, baby. I know that. That's my girl right there. Okay, real quick, I want to play this before you go, TT. That's for our very own TT. How good is that? Oh, yeah, we're getting copyright. We may get shut down on this one, but I don't care. I'm living for the moment. Copyright, no doubt. But isn't that beautiful? God bless both of them. Oh, God bless their souls. God bless their souls. My father, the douchebag that he was Elvis's twin. And that's why. And my mother was a beautiful woman. My mother was gorgeous. Gorgeous. My mother was beautiful, gorgeous. I'm saying it. I'm not saying it because it's my mother, but my mother was beautiful. And my father looked like Elvis. And then he stepped out, and that's the fucking shit that changed my whole life. My father ended up being a douchebag and leaving us, but he had Elvis's looks. He drove a GTO. What was a GTO? A GTO? Convertible GTO? GTO? I don't know. Is that a car? GTO back then? I don't know. Anyway, my father drove a convertible GTO. Yes, my mother's gorgeous. Thank you. My father fucked up our whole situation. He had a convertible GTO. He was a South Orange Avenue guy, and he would cruise up and down the avenue, pick up. And my mother was only 19. She was starstruck by my father. My father was a Teamsters Union guy. He was a Teamsters Union guy. He drove a convertible Pontiac, and he looked like Elvis. How's a 19-year-old girl from Valesburg High School? She's like, wow, my God. She's like starstruck. They got married. My mother was 19. That's how over the top she was with my father. Yep. Yes. Yeah. You were getting ready to ride your ex. Oh, wow. Oh, Flatlands Avenue. So you were there. Yep. Wow. Great, guys. Great. Good show, guys. I do appreciate all of you. What a nice show. What a nice show. I had a good numbers last night and good numbers today, and I'm happy about that. 20's a nice. I'm getting a nice 20 consistent having coffee. For me, that's great. What is that? 4 tables of 5? That's a good social club. I know, Carmela. I know it all. And who do we buy them from? Joe Popetta. Who sold the cars to the guys, Carmela? Joe. Joe D. Joey Damiano. Joe Popetta. Joey Meatballs. At Brogan Cadillac, Carmela. That's where your father went. That's where Frankie Valli went. That's where everybody went. Everybody went to see Joe Popetta. Once I started making money, right? Once I started with that shit, I went in to see Joe Popetta. Joe Meatball. In Italian, it's Popetta. So we went to see Joe Popetta, and Joey, Joe saw me raise up from a kid, and he saw me around Roseville Avenue, and he's just. I go in and I said, Joe, I'm ready to buy a new Cadillac. He said, Tommy, what are you doing? What are you doing? You how can you buy a new Cadillac? How is that even possible? I said, well, he's like, I know. I see you around the neighborhood. I don't like what I'm seeing. He's like, yeah, I do business with all these guys. They come in every year for a new Cadillac. He says, but Tommy, this is not a good life. This is not a good life. And I said, Joe, what the fuck? I'm trying to buy a Cadillac from you. He's like, yeah, but all right. Like, I want the white DeVille with the white leather with the red dashboard with the white top. And he says, you're killing me. He says, you're killing me. I don't know if I want to do this. He says, how are you going to afford this? I said, look, here's bing, bing, bing. He's like, oh, no, this isn't going to be good. And he's right. He was right. It wasn't good. He was right. It wasn't good. He was 100% correct. Carmela, he was correct. I had gotten, around that stuff, and he saw me around the neighborhood. He saw me. I was young. He saw me at the after hours club at a young age. And he was right. Carmela, he was right. It didn't end well. Wow. Because he saw me go from zero to being able to buy a new Cadillac, and he's saying, how? How? And I was caught in the moment, Carmela. You brought this up, not me. You brought this up, not me, Carmela. You brought it up. You brought it up, which is good. I like to talk about these things. It's okay. It's not a problem. But Joe Popetta is who your father bought Cadillacs from. Frankie Valli bought Cadillacs from him. Now, at that time, for $100, they were giving us the switch to stop the miles. $100 for a switch that they would put underneath to stop the miles. You do what you got to do there, okay, TT? God bless you. Thank you for stopping in, and you're very welcome. For $100, they would put it was like a switch thing. So Joe Popette went from not selling me a Cadillac to charging me a C note to put a mile thing in. Come on. That was one of them. Well, I was there, Carmela. I was there. So what you're saying, I am co-signing. You didn't see it, but I saw it all firsthand. When I was at that Cadillac dealer, I remember being at Brogan. The white DeVille was right in front. It was just so beautiful. And me driving a broken big wheel as a kid sees that Cadillac out there. I see all the guys in the neighborhood driving brand new, beautiful Cadillacs. And I'm fucking hungry. I need to have something. I gotta have something good. But he was right. Hello there, AOV. No. See no evil, 100%. There's no doubt about it. Carmela, I could bring your life to you. And I could go block by block detail of where this one was standing, where that one was, where your family was. I can go detail remembering the last time I saw such and such, Carmela. I could bring you back into a world. I'm like your medium. What's that thing? The medium goes forward. I go back in time. Anyway. Toro. You're crazy. All right, I got to get out of here, guys. Things are changing in my YouTube world, it appears. That's for the better. Changing in a good way. There's a lot of new people coming in. There's some veterans that are probably sick of me. They don't want to hear from me anymore. And that's okay also. We'll navigate through this YouTube thing. Wherever it goes, it goes. I see a lot of regulars are coming less and less. And hey, that's okay. I got all new people, but my originals seem to be backing off a little bit. It's my connect. How wild is the life? Yeah. Yes, Carmela. So I can walk you through block by block. All right, guys. Listen, I got to get back to work. I got to get back into work. Actually, I have about 10 minutes, but let me check my line. Hold on a minute here. Let me check my text line. Okay, so do you have to tack weld your bumper? No. Although at that time we did have to be careful about talking in the cars. I can tell you that, see no evil. Just even regular conversation. Because things were getting crazy. With the electronics, we're starting to get crazy. But I loved that DeVille. Oh, my God. These cars were beautiful. They were beautiful cars. But the CBs were already gone by that time. CBs. So every caddy used to have a CB in it. They used to put CB? CB, is that right? Somebody help me. CB, right? What the truckers have. Yeah. Yeah, I was right at the beginning. And I was, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was right there. Well, look, I was right there when Steve Lanahan went bad. Carmela, I was right there when Steve Lanahan went bad. I was right there when Tommy Riccardi went bad. I remember when the news broke of Tommy Riccardi going bad and Steve Lanahan going bad. Stevie, that's a tough one. Steve Lanahan, he went bad on a few of people that we know, yeah. That was like my family. So close to my cousins. Stevie was so close to my cousins. I remember the day he went bad, we were in my aunt's kitchen. Well, no, I was at Fuzzy's Club. I was at the club on Roosevelt Avenue because Steve used to supply us with the tickets, the football slips. Stevie had the connection to the printer, Carmela. He had the connection to the printer, to the guy that printed our football slips. So Stevie would bring 8,000 slips to the club Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, Tommy Riccardi, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to this day to absorb. Because he was cousins with with our friends. But anyway, Stevie would print 8,000 slips for us every week, bring them to the club. I gave another guy 4,000 slips. I kept another 4,000 slips, and we distributed the slips. Well, we had guys distributing slips, but we had 8,000. We had 8,000 betting slips going out of that social club every week. Holy shit. You know what it was like to control a book of 8,000 slips? It's crazy. Tommy going bad and Stevie going bad. Stevie going bad was Stevie's office was the payphone at the Belmont. And Stevie was in the Belmont every night, except Mondays. Mondays? Belmont was closed on Mondays, I believe. Yeah, people think it's this bookmaking shit's easy. Carmela, it's a job. It's a fucking job. And back then there was no electronics. 8,000 slips. We had every slip had a serial number on it. So if you took a slip from me and you bet the Giants, the Jets, the Dolphins, whatever the hell it was, your slip said 001. I got the bottom tab for 001. So you circled your bets on your for you, and you circled your bets on mine. Mine was the official. You're good, Baywatch. Yeah, you had the Carmela. It was busier than a regular job. We were busier than a heart surgeon. I'm dead serious about that. A bookmaker is busier than a heart surgeon. Now add loan sharking into it. I was going 7 days a week. 7 days a week. But the nighttime was incredible because everybody was out every night. So when you see the guys, let me give you an example. And I'm not comparing my life to any movie. But when you see the guys, let's say Goodfellas, they're hanging around the table, they're drinking, they're relaxing, they're laughing. It's because the day was so stressful. When they got to that point at night, hanging out like that, it was just, you see it as a couple of guys hanging out at night having drinks. For me, being the guy hanging out at night having a drink was like, whew. So I would do all my shit during the day, take a shower, buy a pack of Marlboro, and go to the bar. And that was our time. There's so much lost in a lot of these movies that I could fill all these gaps in. Flash paper. Nope. Those slips were not on flash paper. The offices had flash paper, apparently. Yeah. Well, anyway, we were ready to flush, but in the offices, it was flash paper. But in the betting slips could not be flash paper. Thick paper. I clicked on that movie, Witness to the Mob. Didn't know it was Gravana. That movie it's cringy. Oh, that's a horrible movie. I watch Baywatch. Listen to me. I could give you a movie from start to finish. You sit down with me for 6 hours and you start scripting, I'll give you a movie. I'll give you a movie script. I don't know how to do that stuff. I'll give you a movie script. Sit down with me for 6 hours. Jot it down. Pick my brain. You will have a movie. I guarantee it. I'm too busy for that, though. I'm too busy living a positive lifestyle right now to get into the shenanigans that I once partook in. I'm glad that life is over. I got to be honest with you. I know, Carmela. I know. Oh, my God. I could take you through so much. But when Tommy Stiggs dies, I'm serious. There's a lot going with this brain. When this guy lays to rest, they're going to look over my coffin and say, what the fuck is in that brain? Can we hook a USB up to him? We need to extract as much out of that head as we can. What's going on in here? You cannot imagine. What is retained in this hard drive is going to be lost. It's going to be fucking lost because I don't know how to do anything like that. Some people have said to me, Stiggs, just start typing. Start a Word document and just start typing shit. I can't do it. And it may be bullshit to some. Who gives a fuck, right? And it may be exciting to others. Who knows? I don't have a glorious life story, but I believe I have a little script. I can write a script. I don't know how to do it, But many have said to me, Stigs, just start typing. I was born at Presbyterian Hospital in Newark, New Jersey, 9th Avenue and 6th Street, I believe. Yeah, I know. Well, no, it's not good. I watch Baywatch. It's not good. Does not end well. All right, guys, listen, I got to bang out. I'm not going out with a song. I kept my regular glasses on. I want you to see into my eyes. I want you to be with me, feel me, and stay with me. I love it. Tommy, you can call it 25th Street. I'm sure you're glad it's over. I wonder if the older guys ever got out. I'm sure they have their hands and stuff. All I could tell you this is these fucking idiots that say the mob is over are fucking idiots. They're fucking idiots. Like that Nadeau kid. It's over. Get over it. They ratted 20 years ago. No, it's not over, motherfucker. The life will never end. The life will change. Just like every job does. Everything changes. The mob is not gone. Now, if you don't see the mob guys in the papers or on the news, you know what that means? They're not getting pinched, you fucking idiot. These people judge the mob's life. They judge the mob's life based on fucking ABC News reports. You dumb motherfuckers, half-ass content creators that think they're content creators, you stupid motherfuckers. They're not on the news. These guys judge the life based on fucking news reports and people getting pinched. Stupid. You're fucking stupid. If I got into that genre, I would own that motherfucker. If I was in that shit, I'm telling you with full confidence, not arrogance and not ignorance, if I got into that genre, I'll own that motherfucker. Believe me, you won't even be able to touch me. But I like what I do. Just a regular guy. You see how I get a little bit? You, Carmela, you get me going. You stop it. Stop it. You're an enabler. These people. Of course. Pee-wee, 3 years. Come on. Tommy went away for 3 years. Came home. All right. Hot dogs and eggs. Here comes Stigs. Cooking hot dogs and eggs for the social club. All right, guys. Yeah, I know. No, I don't. Oh, my God. If I did it, forget about it. I own that shit. It's gone underground, out of my... Yeah, you're right. Dominic, I'll give you that. I agree with that. Good talk this morning, guys. I got to get going. Have yourselves a blessed day. I'll talk to you later. Ciao for now.